So 24 hours from now, actually 23 hours from the moment I'm filming this video, there's going to be an FOMC rate decision and the first time that the new Fed chair is going to actually carry a press conference. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky, and here are some super quick market updates. I don't know if it's just me, but I know it's not just me. SpaceX itself hasn't really shown much progress since it opened, right? We saw the highs during the overnight hours hitting highs of 230, a lot of excitement with SpaceX, but since then, it's kind of just been consolidating. Now, the big question that a lot of people are asking is, what the heck is going on with the market? This was early on. Over $300 billion has been wiped from the market. Again, that was very early on. It's probably more now. NASDAQ market's down 1.44%, but there isn't any major news that is being announced, right? Is it just people taking profits? Is it people de-risking before the FOMC rate decision? I mean, it's a 99.1% probability that the Federal Reserve is going to pause. So is there really going to be a surprise? The thing that I did pick up on is that in today's speech, Trump stated that this would allow, or the deal would allow, Iran to sell oil and fuel immediately in major concessions. I feel like that was said to spark a sell-off in oil prices, because that's exactly what we saw. As soon as that news got announced, oil prices began to dip and dip pretty hard. If we actually look at the levels that they're currently trading at, this is at one of the lowest levels since, what is that, April of 2026, my apologies. So we are approaching previous oversold levels. Now, don't get me wrong. If the deal is signed on Friday when markets are closed and nothing comes in between that peace deal, then oil prices are likely to drop even further. Hear me on this, right? But if they don't, and if he is just sharing news that would only create more empty promises that the deal is going to get signed and that oil is going to be sold, this would cause and did cause oil prices to drop. Remember, oil is the biggest contributor to our current rate of inflation. It's why we are trading so high. That's why energy is such a large contributor to our current inflation rate. So if we don't sign, which again, it seems like we really are going to, as long as nothing is messed up, right? No one attacks one another. But if we don't, then can oil be a possible dip buy opportunity? Obviously, this comes at a great form of risk. I have no intention of buying the dip. The risk is just simply too high. It seems like this time it actually looks a little different. But again, you never know. It's been 9 to 10 weeks of deal or no deal. So I wanted to share the idea, maybe for those that are willing to take the risk, right? And present the previous support range of right around $35 to $36 per share for something like UCO, which of course closely follows oil. With that being said, NASDAQ market, right, took a really big hit today. Not really big, but decent, 1.46 to 1.5%. Yet there's been no major news. I would hate for us to later find out that there is a reason behind this sell. And imagine this, it's just all of Trump's insiders that were selling prior to the news getting announced. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's just the market de-risking leading up to a major economic event, which is tomorrow, the FOMC rate decision. Again, I do plan to live stream it tomorrow. All I ask you to do is give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And about 10 minutes before 2 p.m. Eastern time, I want to remind you, is the FOMC rate decision. So if you guys have never tuned on into one, again, Wednesday at 1400 or at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is 2 hours before the markets close, there's going to be a rate decision. And then after the rate decision, which the expectation is no change, there's the press conference. So this entire live stream will be right around 45 minutes to an hour long. It's going to be free and hosted for free on my YouTube channel. So again, all you have to do is subscribe. Why is this important? Because again, the Federal Reserve will decide and determine if they're going to continue to pause or possibly cut interest rates, or is the idea of a rate hike on the table for 2026, right? That is the big question. I also want to give a big shout out to a few of our traders. Big Mike with Intel short today, over $40,000. Again, he did not copy this trade. He was not told to take this trade. Our traders are not here to be told what to do. They're focused to really be able to identify these opportunities themselves. Everyone trades with a different account size. Obviously, Mike has some money behind this trade, but $40,000, his biggest gain. Love to see it. Congratulations. And then my boy Ryan has made over $6,000 on one of his swing trades. It's actually two stocks that he carried, made $6,400. Again, shorting does come at a greater form of risk. You guys know that I'm all about shorting. I wish markets would drop even lower, but guess what? You know that I always like to entertain both sides. I always talk about both sides because I don't want a beginner watching my videos to be like, oh no, markets have to sell off. No, they don't. Markets are irrational and they're always looking for a reason to recover. They did pull back today. A pullback is not a full-on correction. Because of this pullback, I would be very careful. On the 5-minute time frame, I think the market does a beautiful job of currently, just technically speaking, shows signs of a support. If this begins to recover, and again, leading up to the FOMC rate decision, who knows? Maybe the market just begins to buy into the dip and markets can go back to retest previous highs of 746 for QQQ and previous all-time highs of 748. Again, I'm not here to say that markets are going to recover or that I want them to recover. I would love for them to drop, right? Looking at the overall bigger picture, we're retesting a previous resistance range. There is decent pullback potential. It's just, again, we're about to sign this peace deal. Trump is trying to do everything in his power to keep it all together. We'll see if it actually happens. And if it does, then markets are likely to continue to push higher. With that being said, again, my quick little reminder to all of our beginners out there, anytime that there's a speculative asset like SpaceX, everyone's talking about, oh, look, 2.7 trillion, how much Elon Musk is making. I've even made videos about it. That's great. But understand that, again, if you want to be a part of it, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to invest in something that's speculative, but you feel like you want to invest in it, great. Just do it with money you actually have and don't use leverage. That's the biggest thing, right? Other than that, you're always encouraged to, take advantage of any opportunities that your heart desires and that you see value in. I just hope that you also take best case and worst case scenario into consideration. If you ever need help planning out your trade, I want to remind you, we provide a free tool for you. Second link in the description down below is our Learn Plan Profit homepage. If you scroll down, it's best on desktop, right? You can watch a previous live trading session, but if you're just trying to plan out your next trade, click on custom, right? Let's say that you're trying to buy SpaceX. Your entry price is now 210. You hope to be able to sell at stop loss at 200 and your price target at 250. Once you load that into the calculator, let's say that you want to do that with, 10 shares, right? Because it's speculative. It comes at a greater form of risk. Again, it tells you that, okay, based off of your trade plan, it offers a 4-to-1 ratio. You could possibly make $400 and possibly lose $100. I think it's super important for every beginner to not just understand best case scenario, but also worst case, to also understand that you have a favorable risk to reward, meaning that your potential to make money is significantly greater than your potential to lose money, right? This would be a very different story if my stop loss here was at 180. At that point, it only offers a 1.33 to 1 ratio, less favorable. And if you have a terrible success rate, then this would not be a profitable outcome long-term. Again, things that we also talk about and being able to determine your win rate. And this will help you figure out what your risk to reward ratio needs to be based off of your win rate so you can actually end up being profitable. Again, free tools that we provide for you on our homepage. Second link in the description down below. But do not forget, tomorrow, FOMC rate decision, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and I will be live streaming it 10 minutes before it actually starts. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that earned your thumbs up. And don't forget, if you ever want to watch me trade live, it's the second link in the description down below. We can offer you a discount. It will pop up and it will save you $300. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We have members that signed up back in 2018 that still have access to it today, and they only paid once. Again, we make it super simple for beginners. And if that's something that you want to be a part of, second link down below. We'll see you tomorrow at Market Open for our live sessions. I appreciate you guys' time. Hope that we're in a thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.